At the beginning of the film, we see a group of people rescuing a NASA astronaut named Sam. Sam is unconscious and stranded in the middle of the ocean after completing his first mission to space. A few days later, Sam wakes up and finds himself in a NASA facility. He looks shocked when he notices a pen floating in midair by itself, but suddenly the pen returns to its normal position just as several scientists arrive to check on him. When questioned by the scientists, Sam can't remember anything about what happened, how he lost control, or why he ended up landing in the middle of the ocean. The scientists, eager to find out the cause, begin examining the capsule Sam used, as well as the suit he wore during the mission. Not long after, Sam is visited by his young daughter, Easy, and his wife, Mark. Having been away from them for so long, Sam is overjoyed and eager to leave the facility. However, because he hasn't fully recovered yet, his father, William, who happens to be a high-ranking official at NASA, orders Sam to remain in quarantine and complete his recovery process first. The next morning, Sam is escorted by William and his team to the quarantine facility, or rather, a safe house. Upon arrival, Sam is briefed by the doctor who will be monitoring his condition, a woman named Michelle. Over the next few days, Sam will be staying there alone. Michelle will only visit occasionally to check on him and conduct some training sessions until Sam is declared fully recovered, just like before. While Sam is testing a stethoscope identical to the one he used to own, his mind suddenly experiences a strange disturbance, like this. Michelle considers the incident normal, since Sam has just returned to Earth. In fact, astronauts who've recently come back often experience nosebleeds, severe dizziness, hallucinations, and even vomiting. Because of that, Michelle continues to closely monitor Sam's health. After Michelle leaves, Sam checks his body temperature and examines a rather bad bruise on his left arm. To pass the time, he starts cleaning up and organizing his belongings. Later, he contacts one of his colleagues and shares his current location. However, in the middle of their conversation, Sam senses a mysterious presence watching him from outside. Still, he chooses to ignore it and continues talking as if nothing happened. After the call ends, the power in Sam's quarters suddenly goes out. Hearing a strange noise coming from another room, Sam decides to investigate. There, he discovers a set of mysterious traces leading toward the outside. Curious about what caused them, he examines the area using a microscope, and at one point, he notices a strange movement. Ignoring his own safety, Sam tries to get a closer look at whatever he just saw. But once again, his mind is struck by another sudden disturbance, just like before. The next morning, Sam suddenly wakes up in bed, as if everything that happened the previous night was nothing more than a dream. While he's busy baking a cake, one of the eggs in front of him suddenly starts floating in the air by itself. Just as Sam reaches out to touch it, Michelle and her team arrive, causing the egg to instantly fall. Though the incident feels strange, Sam chooses not to tell Michelle about what happened and decides to keep it to himself. After that, he focuses on continuing his training.
It's passing.
After his training session, Sam gets a call from Mark and Easy. They tell him how much they miss him, but unfortunately their conversation doesn't last long since Mark has to leave for work. Before nightfall, Sam decides to explore the forest surrounding the safe house. There, he experiences the same strange phenomenon as before, but this time it feels as if he can control it. While investigating, he accidentally discovers a cable that leads to a fake rock containing a hidden surveillance camera. Upon closer inspection, Sam realizes that many similar devices are scattered all around the area. His investigation, however, comes to an abrupt end when he accidentally falls. When Sam regains consciousness, he finds himself back home. It turns out his father, William, had found him unconscious and brought him there to avoid any misunderstanding. William then leads Sam to a secret room inside the house. In that room, Sam learns that NASA had already prepared for potential emergencies. Every one of Sam's activities is monitored through CCTV, and he also has full control over the house's security system, able to lock doors and manage defenses as needed. After William leaves, Sam checks his medication and takes a painkiller. Later that night, he tries to calm himself by enjoying the peaceful view outside. But suddenly, he senses something strange, something that fills him with fear. When Sam goes back inside the house, the power suddenly flickers again. Feeling that something isn't right, he starts checking the surroundings. Without realizing it, a strange and terrifying figure can be seen standing outside the front door. But when Sam goes to look, there's nothing there. As he steps back inside, the house's lockdown system unexpectedly activates on its own. It seems that the mysterious creature that has been watching him all this time has somehow managed to get inside. Panicking, Sam rushes to another room to take control of the security system. Just as things seem to calm down, the locked door slowly begins to open, pushed by the creature itself. But when Sam finally looks again, this is what happens. Because of that, Sam quickly rushes into the secret room to hide and figure out what the creature really is. Moments later, through one of the surveillance cameras, he clearly sees that the being stalking him is an SCP, a terrifying entity beyond imagination. The next morning, Sam wakes up to find William and his team arriving at the house. Sam tries to tell them about everything that happened the previous night, but since he hasn't fully recovered, William refuses to let him leave yet. Instead, he instructs Sam to stay where he is, assuring him that he'll continue to monitor Sam's condition closely. After his training session, Sam is visited by Mark and Easy. They're both happy to see that Sam's condition has been gradually improving. While Easy is busy playing with William, Sam takes the opportunity to talk privately with Mark. During their conversation, Sam confides that there's a mysterious figure watching him. He also mentions that the bruises on his body have started to spread. Believing that Sam is simply hallucinating, Mark tries to calm his wife down and reassure her that everything is fine.
Mommy, I saw Pluto.
Curious about what Sam said, William immediately tells him to show the SCP figure he claimed to have seen on the CCTV footage. Strangely, when they check the cameras, the footage that had previously captured the SCP has suddenly gone corrupt. Because of this, William concludes that everything Sam has been experiencing is merely a side effect of recently returning to Earth. The next day, Sam invites Mark and Easy to take a walk around the forest nearby. While Sam and Mark are deep in conversation, they suddenly realize that Easy has disappeared. Thankfully, not long after, she reappears and runs toward them. But unexpectedly, something strange begins to happen. A swarm of locusts suddenly takes flight, as if frightened by an unseen presence. Not wanting to take any chances, Mark and Sam quickly run back to the house, carrying Easy in their arms. Not long after, the swarm of locusts suddenly dies, leaving Sam, Mark, and Easy completely shocked. It's the first time they've ever witnessed something like this. Once all the dead locusts are cleared away, the NASA director explains that it's probably just a seasonal change, causing the insects to behave abnormally. Worried about his wife's condition, Mark decides to take her home. Unfortunately, Sam can't go with them, as her recovery period isn't over yet. After Mark and Easy leave, Sam checks the pain in her leg, only to be horrified when she discovers that the wound has gotten much worse. A few hours later, after treating her wound, the lights in the house start malfunctioning again. Fearing that the SCP might return, Sam quickly rushes to block the large front window. Not long after, while browsing the internet, she discovers that the dead insects from before might have been affected by a phenomenon known as geomagnetic disturbance. In other words, the insects were sensing the presence of an extraterrestrial energy nearby. Moments later, Sam suddenly feels an intense pain in her back. When she checks, she's horrified to find that the wound there has also gotten worse. Believing the SCP is coming back, Sam immediately locks every door and hurries into the secret room. Since her phone signal is still active, Sam tries to contact Mark, who happens to be on his way to visit her with Easy. In the middle of their conversation, the automatic lockdown system suddenly reactivates, signaling that the creature has entered the house. Panicking, Sam rushes toward the secret room, but halfway there, she's struck by another sharp pain in her back, causing her to collapse. When she gets up, she's shocked to see mucus oozing from the wound. Trying to stay calm, Sam checks the surveillance cameras to locate the creature, but when it doesn't appear on any feed, she switches to the house's radar system, and to her horror, the SCP that was once just 1 has now multiplied into 3. Feeling unsafe, Sam decides to run and find a way out. Unfortunately, she comes face to face with one of the SCPs, forcing her to hide. Luckily, she manages to escape the room before being discovered. Reaching another room, Sam quickly barricades the entrance. When she checks the wound on her arm, she's horrified to see that some of her fingers have fused together. Thinking fast, Sam hides inside the bathroom. Spotting a ventilation shaft, she wastes no time breaking it open and crawling through to escape. But her attempt is soon detected by one of the SCPs, which grabs her and drags her away. At that very moment, luck seems to be on Sam's side. Outside, Mark and Easy have just arrived and immediately begin searching for her. While looking around, Easy spots something that makes Mark believe Sam has fled into the forest. Without hesitation, he takes Easy and heads that way. Sure enough, Sam is now deep in the forest, having escaped through a hidden passage. Meanwhile, William and his team, who've just received an emergency signal, are en route to Sam's location. Upon arrival, they search the area room by room. There, they find Sam's body glowing with a bright blue light, writhing in pain. Then, in a chilling moment, one of the SCPs appears and tells her that they've missed her deeply, before doing this. Who would have thought Sam was actually an alien all along, the very same being hunted by William and his team years ago. During that pursuit, something inexplicable happened. Sam somehow transformed into a human girl. Sensing something unusual at the time, William decided to take her in and raise her. From this, it becomes clear that William had known the truth from the very beginning. Sam was an alien disguised as a human, but he deliberately kept it a secret, hoping to use her for something far greater, to lure other aliens through her presence. After years of waiting and careful planning, William's scheme finally succeeds. Now standing near Sam, he orders her to come with him, taking her family along as well. This shocking revelation leaves Mark and Easy in total disbelief, unable to accept that Sam is actually an alien. Seeing Sam being threatened, Mark refuses to stand by and immediately attacks William. At that moment, before William regains consciousness and his team arrives, Mark and Easy, despite struggling to believe what they're seeing, tells Sam, who has now fully revealed her alien form, to leave with them right away. Then, just as William's troops arrive, he gets back on his feet, only to realize there's nothing he can do. Before his eyes, Sam and the other aliens have already escaped. And that's where Astronaut 2025 comes to an end. Events like these could very well be covered up by NASA, fueling conspiracy theories for all of us to wonder about. To this day, no one truly knows what NASA is doing inside their offices or laboratories. Perhaps aliens are already among them, hidden away from the world all this time.